Hey guys, welcome to the Many Adventures of Super Sam. Now, something that I've been thinking about a lot lately is Disney movies, because I love Disney. And another thing that I love is history, and I've been thinking about how Disney movies fit into history. I created a timeline that starts with the earliest movie chronologically, and goes all the way up to the most present or the most futuristic Disney movie that there is. I did not include any Pixar movies, and I did not include any movies that Disney didn't originally make. I'm going to be using this timeline in future videos when I'll be talking about the different connections that there are between Disney movies, and I'll be talking about different Disney theories and all of that kind of stuff. Just a note, a movie that I did not include in this timeline is The Lion King. There's not really any context clues that can let me know what time period this movie took place, but in my future videos, when I'm talking about different Disney theories and connections, I will be mentioning The Lion King. I actually already have a plan for a video that talks about The Lion King and its correlations between Brother Bear. Brother Bear, in fact, happens to be the first movie on the list. It takes place in Alaska in 10,000 BC, just after the crossing of the Bering Strait. In the year 9,200 BC, a genie is imprisoned in the lamp. I will have a whole episode devoted to Genie and the lamp and what his story is there. The second event happens in 7,000 BC, which is the sinking of Atlantis. Next, in 1200 BC, is the movie Hercules. 50 years later, the Trojan War breaks out. In 383 AD, the Roman Empire withdraws from England, leaving the country in the condition that it's in for the movie The Sword and the Stone, which takes place 400 AD. The Roman Empire then falls in 476. Mulan takes place in the year 500. 89 years later, China is unified by the Sui dynasty. The Black Cauldron takes place in 550 during the Dark Ages, after the Roman Empire already fell. Aladdin takes place in the year 800. In the year 1215, the Magna Carta is signed, leaving England in the condition that it's in for the movie Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty takes place in the year 1300. In 1478, the Spanish Inquisition is first founded. This becomes important in the early 1500s when the Emperor's New Groove takes place in the Incan Empire, which unfortunately fell in 1533. In 1489, The Hunchback of Notre Dame takes place. In 1492, Christopher Columbus sails across the Atlantic. Also taking place in the early 1500s is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. In 1607, Pocahontas takes place. From the 1650s through to the 1720s is the time period when piracy becomes very prominent in the Caribbean Sea. This is the time period that Pirates of the Caribbean is going to take place. It's also the time period that Captain Hook is going to find Neverland. Beauty and the Beast takes place in the 1770s. The French Revolution starts in 1789. Tangled and Frozen both take place in the 1820s. Alice in Wonderland and Cinderella both take place in the 1860s. Tarzan takes place 1882. Pinocchio takes place 1883. In 1891, The Little Mermaid takes place. In 1893, The Jungle Book takes place. In 1896, the movie Home on the Range takes place. In 1897, The Great Mouse Detective takes place. Also, a significant event in the later 1800s is when Disney's Haunted Mansion is first haunted. In 1904 is when Peter Pan takes place. 1906 is when Mary Poppins takes place. 1908 is Lady and the Tramp. 1910 is The Aristocats. 1914 is Atlantis. In 1918, women gained the right to vote in England. 1923 is The Princess and the Frog. 1928 is Winnie the Pooh. 1929 is the beginning of the Great Depression. 1939 is the beginning of World War II. 1940 is when The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe takes place. 1941 is when Dumbo takes place. 1942 is when Bambi takes place. 1961 is 101 Dalmatians. 1974 is The Rescuers. 1981 is The Fox and the Hound. 1988 is Oliver and Company. 2002 is when Lilo and Stitch takes place. In 2005 is when Chicken Little takes place. Also in 2005 is Hurricane Katrina. In 2007, the character Lewis from Meet the Robinsons first goes to the science fair. In 2008 is when Bolt takes place. 2012 is Wreck-It Ralph. 2014 is Big Hero 6. 2037 is the year when Meet the Robinsons takes place. And finally, the movie Treasure Planet takes place so far into the future that there actually isn't a year for it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you found it riveting and interesting. I will be having follow-up videos talking about Disney movies and their historical significance. Be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, and everybody have a magical life. Bye.